right, so here we are, part 4 of our support letters. This is the thank you letters. Now, this is an important and very vital part of our expeditions trip. Our expeditions trips are not over until our thank you letters are sent. Now, the purpose of all these thank you letters are to honor those that have given and those who have been the extending hand of God's provision in our lives for these expeditions. So we want to make sure we thank them, we honor them by giving them the update of what they have been a part of, what they have done overseas and here in this country through these expeditions. Now, your thank you letter will be a maximum of 1 page. Yes, 1 page. Now, I know you storytellers are like, 1 page? I can't. I feel so restricted with 1 page. All right, I totally understand. This is what you could do. You're going to write a maximum of 1 page and to be turned in. And then afterwards, you can call all of your supporters and tell them all the good, great details that couldn't fit on that 1 page. But 1 page maximum is what needs to be turned in to your team leader. Your team leader is going to be emailing you an example thank you letter for you to look at, review, kind of get some ideas molding in there. And then from there, you're going to hit reply and type in your text. Copy and paste your text into the body of the email. Please do not send us any documents. Don't send us a Word document. Don't send us your whatever documents. It's just too confusing with the battle between Mac and PC. And not only that, though, but not everybody uses a Word apparently. And so it just gets too confusing trying to send documents. Just send us the text. From there, we'll copy and paste that into a letterhead. Also attach to that email, you need to send in a JPEG of you in your expedition. So it could be you, a picture of you and some of the children, some of the people you met, one of the stories that you're talking about, the testimonies, when you praying intercessory, whatever you would like it to be that correlates with your thank you letter, feel free. If you do not send us a picture, then your team leader is going to use a generic picture of you and your entire team. Okay, so if it's not attached, you're automatically just going to get that picture of your entire team. All right, so the details of your thank you letter and what they're to include is you really want to focus in on what Jesus did in the people, in the nation, and if you like to include a portion of what God did in you. You really want to zero in on 1 to 2 testimonies that really give a clear example of an overview of the powerful things that God did on your expeditions trip. You really want to give an overview of your expeditions trip and help take them there so they can experience a testimony of what God did through your letter. Now, just remember that your letter will be put on a nice, beautiful letterhead. Your team leader will copy and paste your text. So when the final copy is printed, it'll be on a nice letterhead and including the picture that you sent together in that email. Now, your team leader is going to notify you when your thank you letters are due. And remember that, like the first beginning process with the support letters, you are going to be receiving a package. Your team leader is going to let you know when your packages will be available for you to pick up at the Chi Alpha House. They will be a stack of envelopes and a stack of all your printed copies of your final thank you letters. Now, just so you guys know, you have been emailed a revised copy of your financial update according to our accounting and what supporters gave. Now, if for some reason you had supporters give you cash, especially if it was a lump sum cash, so if you gave us $500 in cash and that actually had 17 supporters or 10 supporters included within that $500 cash, you're only going to get the amount of envelopes that we have according to your financial statement. So if for some reason you need to have more than that, you need to let your team leader know, and your team leader is going to give you the date of when you need to let them know how many envelopes exactly you need if it's more than what your financial statement says. All right, just remember that you guys are all responsible for picking up your envelopes and letters at the Chi Alpha House. If for some reason you can't pick them up, you need to make sure to work together with your team and make sure that you get those in your hand. So they all need to be picked up. Again, your team leader will be sending you the date of when they will be available for pickup, and it is your responsibility to make sure that those all get picked up. Again, if for some reason you are out of the state or out of the area meaning like in Southern California, not like in Ceres. If for some reason you're out of the area and unable to pick them up, your team leader will mail you your package with your letters, envelopes, and stamps for you to actually mail out all of that. If you're out of the area, out of the state, you work together with your team leader on the accountability process and making sure all of those get out as well. But your team leader will mail you a package. However, you do need to let your team leader know if you will not be in the area during the time to pick up those letters. So you do need to let your team leader know, and your team leader will give you the deadline of when you need to let them know by to get those packages to you if you are out of the area. Your team leader will also let you know of when all of your letters need to be turned in, stuffed, signed, and sealed, delivered to the Chi Alpha house so they all can be mailed out. Again, this is accountability, so everybody needs to turn everything into the Chi Alpha house. If for some reason, again, you're out of the area or you are out of the state, you will work out together with your team leader your accountability to make sure that you text them when you are mailing out. You're actually leaving the post office. You'll be texting your team leader your accountability to make sure that those got mailed out. So again, just in review, you have all received a most recent financial update according to our accounting. If anything changes as far as the numbers, you need to let your team leader know that you need more envelopes if for some reason your financial accounting is not accurate to how many supporters actually supported you. Also, you will be receiving an email from your team leader that has the example thank you letter for you to review. Also, we'll have the deadline for you to respond to that email and send in your text for your thank you letter. It'll also have the deadline for when you need to pick up your thank you letters and your envelopes, and also the deadline for when you need to have everything returned, signed, sealed, and delivered. All right, you guys, so this is the end of your Expedition support letters. Again, I know you guys have had an amazing time this summer. Remember to speak those testimonies out into your campus, to prophetically speak what the Lord's done this summer and speak it out onto our campus. Love you guys.